Hey folks, the plan was to check the loot from 33 legendary whisper caches, but I got curious. What's the actual difference between normal, legendary, and ancestral caches? How big is the profit gap? Then I got curious, how many whisper caches does it take to reach level 60? Is it possible to gear up a fresh alt from scratch using just caches? And if you do, how solid will the gear be? Can that character handle World Tier 1 right after? What about aspects? How much do they level up when you salvage junk from caches? Can you jump straight into combat? How many resources and how much gold will it cost to roll stats at the Occultist and do some basic tempering at the blacksmith? We will break it all down with numbers, screenshots, and timestamps. Let's go. It's new off with you. To get reliable data, you need quantity. So the experiment ended up involving 100 legendary caches total. Fortunately, farming them at the end of a season with a leveled character is pretty easy. I picked a fresh Druid, a class I've never played. Loaded into World Tier 1, took screenshots of all resources, important and not, and emptied the inventory. Filtered the aspects for the Druid. Turns out there's a lot in common with the Barbarian. Aspects of a Druid are highlighted by his icon. The last third of the list is empty. After Windstriker, there's nothing. Perfect for checking aspect progress from salvaging. At this point, I had 59 out of 105 aspects. I'm skipping the crafting recipes. It's simple. Once they stop dropping from caches, you've got them all. Currently sitting at 61 out of 155. The UI sucks here. No way to filter recipes by class. They're all dumped together. First 33 material chests opened. Not rushing since we need to catch the moment we hit 60. Got it. That's 29 legendary chests. I had opened 33 normal caches earlier on World Tier 4 and measured materials but forgot to check experience gain. Next up, the tedious loot collection, recipe learning. I'll speed this part up. Got some runes, boss summon mats, nightmare dungeon sigils, and infernal compasses. A few Kuras tributes too. Breaking the sigils, they drop everywhere early on, no point wasting space. Next, I grabbed another 33 loot caches. These include both legendary and ancestral gear. We will compare caches later. Only keeping items with greater affixes, marked with a star. Everything else gets salvaged blind. This won't affect the loot showcase. I'll show everything clearly later. There are a few necro items here. Might as well keep them. Ancestral items go into stash. Normals get salvaged. Still learning recipes along the way. It's slow even with fast forwarding, so I cut about 5 minutes clean. Added 19 more caches. Some uniques dropped, but mostly junk or off-meta. As usual, sigils go straight to salvage. Since recipes stopped dropping, we've got them all. Alright, 85 chests done. Got nearly a full tab of ancestral legendaries. We will analyze them later. Not everything's measured yet. Got runes too. We will check their value during the build. Now, same type chests. Caches and chests are the same thing in this context. Same type meaning, for example, rings, regular, ancient, and ancestral. Same with two-handers, etc. Looking at item. Normal cache, 6 legendaries, 1 rune, 1.8 million gold. Legendary, 13 legendaries, 1 unique, 1 rune, 3.5 million gold. Ancestral, 2 ancestral items with 1 star, 1 ancestral with 2 stars, 1.8 million gold. Gold is rounded to the nearest 100,000. Same test with 2 H-weapon caches. Normal, 7 legendaries, 1 rune, 1.7 million gold. Legendary, 12 legendaries, 0 runes, 1 star ancestral, 1.7 million gold. Ancestral, 7 legendaries, 1 rune, 1 item with greater affix, 1.8 million gold. Greater affix is any normal maximum affix, but with a 1.5 multiplier. Let's eyeball a few more. It's all pretty clear. That 3.5 million gold from a legendary cache wasn't a fluke. It happened 2 more times. That's 3 out of 5 legendary caches giving double gold, roughly a 50% chance on normal. For reference, Torment 4 gives around 4.5 million from any cache base. Added 15 more caches, 5 of them normal, but they won't skew the total beyond a minor margin of error. Exactly 100 caches opened. Clean number. Time to count the loot? We will need to consider salvaged ancestral items. Then again, I left a pile of normal legendaries on the ground, so not gonna be super precise. Using a leveling druid build that requires aspects only, no uniques or mythics, links in the video description. We pick each piece for stats, scrap the rest. The rest gets salvaged, since ancestral gear has a much higher chance to yield better tier aspects. Skills assigned according to the build, keeping 6 points unspent. Same with Paragon, followed the build strictly, no extra nodes, left 96 unspent, no glyphs either, just to keep it challenging. Now, before upgrades or rerolls, let's count resources and gold. Since I opened all chests on normal, the haul's smaller, but a twink can't jump straight to Torment 4. So why did the average cache give 913,000 gold? That doesn't match the earlier 1.7 million per box. Turns out the first 33 boxes at level 1 gave 22 million total. That's 666,000 each. So, gold per cache depends on your character level and world tier. Or maybe it was a level 1 snapshot bug. Not sure. Checked the second batch. Got 776,000 per cache. Third batch of 19 boxes gave 578,000 per box. Yep, that's a bug. The final 15 boxes gave 2.22 million gold each on the same world tier. 85 times 0.7 plus 15 times 2.2. That's about 92 million total. Math checks out. All keyframes are in the video. If that's confusing, or you just don't care, here's the bottom line. It's a bug. Don't open lots of caches in the same town while leveling to 60. You lose gold and resources. Keyword is lots. Restart zones to reset snapshot. Now time to clean up our gear, starting with tempering. It's clunky and not intuitive, but that's Blizzard UI for you. If you've played similar games, or remember Turbo HUD from D3, you get it. Maybe they'll fix it. Probably not. Next up, stat rolls at the Occultist. Since the third stat in this build isn't specified, I rolled it, keeping in mind resist armor penalties at higher tiers. Okay, maybe I was too harsh on Blizzard. This UI is actually better than it used to be. Now, apply aspects. It's easy to see which ones got upgraded and which came from the Barbarian. Doesn't seem possible to max out aspects from 100 caches, especially since 33 were just materials. Remember the empty third of the aspect list? Let's check it now. We've got 104 out of 105. One is missing. Odds of it never dropping, not even once at the lowest tier, are crazy low. But yep, it's missing. It's a Druid aspect. Wine Striker is now at the bottom. The list is alphabetical. You can still see a bunch of Barbarian aspects. That character has over 290 hours logged. Aspects of a Druid are marked. By the way, one max level aspect for Barb was actually found just recently, after 250 plus hours. Spirit boons are locked. You need to do the quest to unlock them. Too lazy right now. Found the runes I need for the build. Not using witch power glyph either, same reason as before. Using sub-max level gems, they appearing late, and you need 4 of them. Sapphires in armor for willpower, diamonds in jewelry for resistances. Tempered each gear piece 4 times, tier 1 only. Cheap enough. You could have easily farmed enough materials while running nightmare dungeons and infernal hordes on your main character. Didn't change bonus rolls. Whatever dropped, stayed. Now it's time for action. I think Torment 2 should be fine. I have no idea how Druid skills work, at all. All I know from playing Barb is that the amulet aspect requires standing still for 3+ seconds, so I guess this build is meant to tank and spank, grouped mobs and started blasting. Didn't work well at first, just hitting random buttons. If there's a skill, I assume I need it. That's kind of how Diablo work. One skill does damage, the rest either buff, generate resources, or reduce cooldowns. Easy to figure out even without reading the tooltips. Once I realized Lightning Storm is a channeled skill, progress. Progress looks good. I'll definitely clear this pit level. Time to wrap up. Let's refresh what gear, rolls, and aspects we had. We didn't use any spirit boons. 96 Paragon points left. No glyphs socketed. 6 unspent skill points. No mercenaries. No witch power either. I'll also show the materials so we can break down what was spent. Everything was screenshotted from the start. The loot from 100 whisper caches was already counted and explained earlier, including the bug. While I'm running pits, here are the results. What was collected after opening 100 caches, what we have now, what was spent on rerolls and upgrades, and what was gained from 100 caches. It's pretty clear. I used up 4 pits because at first I climbed too high and just got wiped. Obdicite, as you can see, was spent more or less what you'd get from a nightmare dungeon. Gold-wise, we're in profit. Gems are looking good too. One of mine is worth 10,000. So, we learned a lot. Did it work? Dunno, just testing formats. No script, no copying others. Yeah, I over-explained. Still learning to edit. Let me know if something's off. Thanks for watching. See you around.